7 seconds. That is on average how long a recruiter is looking at your resume. But I honestly think it's more like 3 or 4 seconds. How can I stand out in such a short amount of time? When it comes to resumes, I think we often think about how we feel about our resumes and not how a recruiter actually feels. To create a resume that gets you your first interview, we need to step back into the shoes of a recruiter. For those who don't know me, I'm Amy, and I write and edit resumes for early career and college students looking to pivot or land their dream career. Here are 5 resume tips that recruiters love. Let's start off with breaking down what makes a resume good. A good resume should be easy to read for someone who is seeing it for the very first time. Include your information at the top and include your experience, skill sets, and education. Again, a recruiter is on average looking at your resume for 7 seconds, so make sure details and information are all clearly displayed and easy to find. Now let's get into tip number 1. Start with strong action verbs. Instead of saying did, why not say executed? Or instead of started, how about spearheaded or launched? You could say worked with, but why not say collaborated with? My go-to verbs include managed, developed, analyzed, launched, and optimized. And I'll share more verb ideas in the link in the description. Number 2, your resume should read like an achievement list with quantifiable results, not like a job description. Don't just describe to me what you did. Show me what you achieved and most importantly, how you achieved it. I use the following formula for every single one of my bullet points. Achieved X by doing Y, which resulted in Z. X should demonstrate what your overall achievement is. Y should explain how you achieved it, and Z should include a quantifiable result that shows your accomplishment. Let's put it to practice. Instead of saying made several graphics for social media channels, you can say drove social media presence, your accomplishment, by creating 30 plus print and digital graphics with Adobe Photoshop, your how, increasing Instagram and Twitter followers by 60%, a quantifiable result. This gives your recruiter a comprehensive image of what you did, how you did it, and a quantifiable result. Tip number 3, quantify your impact. Use numbers and be very specific whenever you can. Some ways I like to incorporate numbers is the number of people I've worked with, any increase in engagement, profit, retention. I can also use numbers to show a decrease in costs, roadblocks, or time spent. A good tip for my younger audience who don't have large numbers like increase $1 billion in profit, use percentages. Say you're running a social media campaign. Instead of saying increase by 100 followers, change it to a percentage so it sounds a lot sexier. Wherever you can, use a number to prove that you can yield results. And on to tip number 4, beat the ATS system. The ATS, or the applicant tracking system, is a software recruiters use to filter thousands of resumes by matching the job description to your resume. If your resume has a number of keywords that they're looking for, congratulations, then your resume makes it through the ATS. So, when you submit a resume that isn't ATS friendly, chances are your resume never gets eyeballs on it. You really want to make sure that you're integrating keywords into your resume. To do this, take a look at the job description. Notice what action verbs, methods, and skills are in the key responsibilities and incorporate them into your resume. Go into the qualifications section and look at the requirements. Add any ones that you know to your resume as well. I use softwares like jobscan.co to scan my resume against the job description, and I try to aim for at least a 70% match. Although not every organization uses an ATS, it's still very good practice to use keywords in your resume. Last tip, and certainly not the least, is to keep it simple. Unless you're a designer or in a creative role, you don't want a resume that's too flashy and unique. Get rid of photos, fancy colors, bubbles, sliding scales, and just stick to the basic format that recruiters are familiar with. I know it is tempting to want to show your personality through your resume, but oftentimes it just reads as messy and incohesive from a recruiter. Like yourself, your resume is always in constant iteration and never complete. I actually have my resume open on a separate tab at all times, and I just edit, tweak, and improve it whenever I'm bored or whenever I think of something. You should never feel done with your resume because there's always places for improvement. This is the first video I've made on this series, so I really hope you enjoyed it. And if there's any other content you'd like to see from me around career, college, finding internships, and also work-life balance, please let me know. I'd be happy to help. And if you would like a free resume review, please send me a LinkedIn message, which will also be in the description. And I hope to see you maybe next time. Maybe this is the end. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a good one.